Hey people, Intro here, 3v3, capturing Purification Plant Blue Team. Venniie is a Plague Champion, starts off with a damage of a time bolt gun, can get to melee weapons, debilitates enemies and supports allies, can also repair. Alongside, nucka4ya as a Force Commander, a versatile frontline hero with strong offense, Blood Ravens here. Rounding off the team, Gatts as a Kommando knob, an infiltrating hero that shoots you, stabs you and blows you up. Orky style begins with a twin link shooter. On the red team, Piluco's Lord General fights in ranged combat. Begins with a retinue of stormtroopers, really strong defense and support, can also add to the retinue. This is Derek and Nigel, say hello. Alongside, Ftard as a Chaos Lord, a durable and destructive hero walking through objects and cannot be suppressed with powerful offense and disruption, fighting in melee, the Black Legion here. And rounding off the teams, Klaus Schwab, also known as Overtly generous, rocking an Apothecary, support hero fighting in melee combat by default. Begins with a heal and a passive health regeneration aura. Gets smacked on his ass by the Force Commander battle crying. Loyalist brothers versus Loyalist brothers in the mid. Apothecary heals himself. Force Commander runs. He was getting shot at by various things. There's apparently a bug in this version. This is 2912, where the Kraken bolts of the Tactical Marines doesn't work, or doesn't work properly or something. So if we notice that it isn't being used, that would be why. Which is part of the reason that a hotfix came out so quickly. Chaos Lord has to leave. I mean, the Plague Champion did get a buff to his damage of a time bolt gun. Very nice to see for Plague Champion fans. Over on the east side, this is Overtly. I think Overtly started, Overtly started northwest. Rotated all the way over to the eastern edge. Getting a flank on some Orks who then flee. Slugger's still in play. Sentinel got very low there. Did Derek and Nigel die? Dang it. Derek and Nigel down already. Overtly trying to get onto the power with the flamer, but gets mobbed. Force Commander tying him up. Slugger's coming in. Back over to the west side. You see the Plague Champion shooting some enemy heretics. They're not Nurgle enough. CSM now backing off a bit. I mean, they are outnumbered. Double CSM here for Venniie. Catachan Devils on the way for Piluco. And Raptors for Ftard. Apothecary did get some buffs, I think. His full auto of his customized Stormbolter now costs less energy, I believe. Just healed himself there. Double shooters, no upgrades yet. CSM flee. I think you can go in with this though. Doesn't need the CSM to go in. Raptors can jump and tie things up. Suppress stuff. Allow the heretics to be delivered safely-ish. Completely capped up this western edge then. I mean, there's still that natural back there. Overtly's being all sneaky to try and cap things back. Kicking off in the mid. Raptors jumping the Tactical Marines there. Double tax, in fact, for nucka4ya. Good special there from the Chaos Lord, and the Force Commander has Artificer armor up. More health regen, more energy even. Pretty damn good. Pretty damn good as war gears go. Heal on those Tactical Marines. Is Purification rights up yet? Yes, it is. Scouts flee. Did have their shotguns up. Can they take down that Apothecary? Not quite. I don't think the Plague Champion was shooting him though. Chaos Lord will now be the focus of the fire. Heretics just trying to move away and avoid kill the weak. Able to do so. Can they take down the Chaos Lord? I mean, he's going to be easy to revive, but it's still worth trying to get that XP, I think. Meanwhile, southeast, Ork power being hit. Poor guardsman being shot to pieces. The Sentinel backs away. Kommando knob trying to tie things up in melee. Derek and Nigel are back in the retinue, and there's the Medical Sergeant Medic fella. I think they nerfed that guy. I think the cooldown on his give people medipacks thing is like way longer now. I think they changed it to like 60 seconds and it used to be 20 or 30. So quite a big change for that guy. Oh, he just died. Just died to that grenade. He can't hand them out as willy-nilly as he could before. Ground pound on the way for the Sentinel. Big shooters in now for the shooter boys. But no looters up on this side to help control the movement of the Sentinel and stuff. I guess maybe they're thinking the Catachan Devils could just disrupt it, but I think it's still worth getting some looters up over there. No stick bombs or anything for this fella yet. Might be looking for a quick tier 2 Gatts. Overtly has the customized Storm Bolter in. These days, of course, we've seen him use the combat stims quite a lot overtly, instead of the Armor of the Apothecary. I wonder if that'll change. So I think they changed the Armor of the Apothecary a bit. Well, they changed how it flags whether the Apothecary is in combat or not for the speed boost. So I think it should be a bit less now. I think they changed it so that he's in combat if enemies are within a radius rather than him being shot at kind of thing. I think that's what they did. Oh hey, the Chainsword and the Storm Shield. And this thing was nerfed. Look at the tooltip there. No longer gives the Force Commander plus 100 hit points. Still a great piece of war gear, of course. Did they change anything else? Don't think so. I think everything else is the same. He still gets the 20% range damage reduction. Still gets a decent melee weapon as well. Chaos Lord having to flee 487 to 380 on the VPs. Western VP being grabbed by Overtly's sneaky scouts over here. While these guys forward cap. Can they finish it before they get shot at? I think they can. You guys going through the mid. They're rotating for a flank on the eastern side. Again, Orks need to be careful. 487 to 380. Patterton's knocking back the Kommando. Were they going for him for the kill? I don't think they were. Being smacked around by heretics, but they do survive. Devastator's up for Overtly in tier 1. When was the last time we saw that? Like never. 473 to 380 on the VPs. Sentinel is being repaired, but it's very low and very far forward over there. Apothecary's gotten rid of. Might be able to finish him off if they focus him down as he retreated there, I think, maybe. 465 to 380, 2-1 for the red team. As everyone is in or is going tier 2. In fact, Venniie already has Bloodletters up on the west side. It's quite quiet over here, though, compared to this. Force Commander gets in. Then gets stomped. There's a bunch of stuff backing him up, though. The guards will need to flee. Pathogens need to flee. Sometimes players can become a little bit narrow-minded about their push, and they don't want to pull out. Because there is value in just like staying in the fight and keeping your enemy preoccupied, but you also need to weigh up how much damage you're taking and whether you're actually going to lose things outright. Bloodletters get into a bad spot and they warp out of existence, which is a nice trick to have, isn't it? These fellas are demons with power melee hellblades. Very effective against heavy infantry. Raptors now have their aspiring champion with his big old demon maul, and the Chaos Lord, lightning claws are up. 454 to 366. Some action on the west side. Overtly's Devastators are covering the VP while the Apothecary grabs it. And Chaos Lord alongside, pushing, nope, not helping with the power bash. Tax will have to do that by themselves. He wants to fight the mid. There's a lot of stuff here though. Double Tax, Plague Champion, CSM, Force Commander, Bloodletters. Where are they going? Oh, they're going to stop this power bash. And they will stop it. They cannot handle that. There's Veil of Time on the Bloodletters. That is huge amounts of heresy there, Mr. Librarian. Raptors jumping in. Didn't suppress though. Oh, now they do. Because the Fend was up on those guys, so they weren't getting suppressed initially. Bloodletters trying to chase down Devastators, I think. No, they're going to fight some heretics. Devastators able to reposition. Overtly recognizing the Bloodletters coming there, I think. Nice and early. Raptors flee. Devastators leaving completely. Bloodletters go after him though. And there's the retreat. And since Overtly is in the northwest, they have to retreat kind of awkwardly across. But they're okay. Gatts. Got some stick bombers. And some tank busters. Anything for the Commander Knob himself? No, and he's still level 1 too. Tank Buster Barrage. Some good hits on the Cataton Devils. They do get the heal off from the Medical Sergeant. Gave them a medical pack earlier. Tier 3 for Venniie. Tons of requisition. So can rebuild gens a bunch if needed. Stun Bomb does some good work. Plasma Guns up for the Guardsmen here. Still pushing is Piluco. Okay, those fellas run. They don't. Oh, they do have their Commissar, so they could stop it. but they're quite low. Meanwhile, through the mid, the unholy alliance of Space Marines and Chaos Space Marines pushing through. 420 to 330 on the VP, still pushing for this power is Piluco. Really well managed fight so far. Now that I've said that, everything's going to die, of course. The Sentinel, I think, is actually going to fall here. There we go. The Curse of Indrid strikes. Within not even a second, I think, had passed there. Venniie does hit tier 3. Piluco with Stormtroopers. Most likely Assault Kit to be buffed by the Sniper Rifle. But still has use with the Anti-Armor Kit. The Anti-Armor Kit, though, usually you sneak around by yourself, trying to catch vehicles and stuff. Grenade on retreat. A good hit somehow. Didn't get a kill there. Unlucky for nucka4ya. Got some Devastators of his own with a Heavy Bolter. Overtly does go tier 3. No Librarian to support those fellows. We do see combat stims though. Anything else for the Force Commander? Yep, Sacred Standard is in. This was nerfed as well. Now increasing damage by 20%. And 35% if he's down, so a 5% decrease on both of those. Still, again, a fantastic piece of war gear though. Level 2 Chaos Lord with his Dark Halo up. Ready to roll. Is he going to go straight for the Force Commander? Oh, there's some Drain Life. I think it now grants some damage resistance while it's active. 420 to 265. The shield went down really fast though, eh? He's only level 2, I guess. So doesn't have that much energy. I wonder if the it'll probably be a bit too overtuned. If the shield upgrades that heroes have should be like increased by 5 power or something, but they also give it energy increase as well. The Chaos Lord doesn't really have great ways to boost his energy. This doesn't give any. I guess the way to boost it is to level up. 420 to 245. Over on the west side, the Scouts of Overtly are going to try and grab that VP again. They're going to get a decap at least, I would think. And another power push by Piluco. Really aggressive on this side. Hadachan's really helping with that, of course. They can disrupt things and kind of lead the charge. Here comes a bunch of Daka. Yeah, not sure why Tank Busters made an appearance here. I mean, they helped against the Sentinel, but regular Daka helps against the Sentinel too. I probably would have doubled up on the Stick Bombers maybe. But Gatts knows his Orks far better than I do, that's for sure. Levels up and retreats. Stun Bombers went in there. Still on the power. Gatts is tier 3 though, so perhaps that was the plan. No war gear for the Kommando. Relatively light tier 2 into tier 3. And there were some changes to the Orky tier 3. Nob Squad can now pop Frenzy for 40 red. It was 60 before, so that's going to help them. Flash Kit's got a few changes as well. Great Unclean One on the way for Venniie. Big fight here. I mean, the power's gone. Why are they fighting on this side? Just to try and punish Gatts, maybe. Map is looking quite red at the moment. There's tier 3 for F-Tard. And Kommando's on the way for Gatts. Big noxious cloud though, look at that from Venniie. Pretty good one. Is that Commissar going to get away? Looks like he is. Nice assist there from Venniie. Double tack still in play. Again, not using their Kraken bolts because I believe it was completely bugged in this build, which has already been replaced. That wasn't made clear already. Bloodletters white. Taken out. Raptors didn't need to jump in the end. How's the Chaos Lord doing? Level 3 now. I hear the Great Unclean One muttering to himself. Stun bombs. And then the stick bombers tried to get into melee afterwards. They are quite effective in melee. Can hold their own. Especially against guardsmen. Can't really fight anything in melee. Great Unclean One. Where are you going, bud? Straight to the VP. Chaos Lord backs the hell away. This guy is the greater demon for the Chaos Forces in this game. Passively damages nearby enemies. Has some nasty abilities and powerful melee too. team him up with the Chosen Plague Marines and get the Icon of Nurgle, they've got tons of passive damage to nearby enemies. It's quite fun. Tier 3 for Piluco, the last player to go. And it's kind of narrow on that side for tanks and stuff, so I wonder if he'll get a Lehman Russ and rotate mid a bunch. Got a full retinue, is he? Yes, we might see the new Vox operator thing. Maybe I've missed it already. But apparently it now spawns an entity that you reinforce off. That then self-destructs after 25 seconds, I think, or something. Predator tank on the way for nucka4ya. Tons of requisition still for Venniie. Is it worth throwing up another CSM squad? I think it's worth throwing up some Havocs, that's for sure, on that side. Again, the Piluco on the power. Absolutely relentless. Kommando's down over there. Gonna get a full bash, I think. Sluggers in retreat. Great and Clean One just hanging out. Anything for the Plague Champion. No war gear for this guy. Level 2 though, doing alright. Librarian still up for nucka4ya, and a tank is hitting the field. Can they use it to get this stuff out of here? Chaos Lord. Backing up. Force Commander goes to revive with Defend active. And gets it. And levels to 4. Great and Clean One having a bit of bother getting through the crowd there. There he goes. And the Predator tank shows up. There's a Noble Vomit. Good hit. Some Chaos Terminators back there for Fatard. 370 to 194 on the VPs. Terminators teleporting out. A Khorne Worship retreat here. Allows them to stay in play. Because they're not technically retreating. Just using the speed to get away. What is the tank doing? Getting awfully close to Heavy Melee Raptor there. But it's alright. He's alright. Commandos are in. With their Nob Leader. Gives them a rocket launcher. Those guys can do so much for you. Kommando, still no war gear for this fella. Chaos Predator on the way for Venniie. Bane Blade for Piluco. Land Raider Redeemer for Overtly. Look at that. Devastators and a Land Raider from Overtly. And this got a cost increase. Yes, 800 rec now. Used to be 700 rec. Can sit on the west side though. 362 to 194 on the VPs. Whole bunch of stick bombs. Kind of dodged a little bit. Got some decent hits at the end though. Stun bombs now going in. But they didn't hit too much. Raptors with melter guns. Big threat to that tank. Trying to limp away now. Got hit by the melter. I think he's alright. Land Raider Redeemer hits the field. And Overtly still has tons of resources. Doesn't have the red to get Terminators, which is why maybe we didn't see any initially. Chaos Terminators with an autocannon. Good damage to all targets. Helps them quickly rack up kills and get that demoralization debuff going. Predator needs repairs. Scouts are on it. Sluggers can maybe help after that cap as well. West side turning red with fast capping Tactical Marines now supported by a Land Raider and a Apothecary. They should never die now. Devastators with a las cannon. Be friendly, careful of friendly fire there, fellas. I think las cannons can sometimes friendly fire. Maybe they tried to fix that at some point. Gets a hit on the Chaos Pred, which does have Mark of Khorne, buffing the weapons and speed. And they finish the cap though. Kicking off again on the east side. So much action over here because of all the pressure from Piluco. Gatts could drop a rocks maybe. Is it worth dropping a rock on Guardsmen though? I mean, when they're fully upgraded level 3 with plasma guns, maybe yeah. Slugger's able to get rid of them. And a tank couldn't really be touched there. Through the mid is nucka4ya trying to get onto the VP. He's got some plasma attacks. Double plasma attacks, in fact. Supported by a Librarian. Raptors jumping in just to get that suppression. Oh, and then tie them up in melee, sure. Because they're all getting demoralized by the Terminators here. Plasma guns trading quite well. Did they buff these up a bit? No. I think there was talk of buffing them back up a bit. They used to be 30 DPS, now they're 26. Looks like it didn't go through, at least not yet. Baneblade and a Land Raider on this side. Now what do you do, fellas? Get a Phobos maybe? A bunch of Havocs and Las Cannons. 331 to 194 on the VPs. Overtly through the mid now. Can retreat back to the Land Raider. Still doesn't have the red for Terminators. Huge amounts of resources though, so does Eftard. Gotta get Havocs and tanks and things over there, surely, fellas. Piluco again pushes the power. Level 2 Stormtroopers are in. What about the Lord General himself? Level 5 has got the stabilizers. Big firefight. Commandos with Love the Daka disrupting that stuff. Did they chuck their burner bomb? No, didn't seem like they chucked it. Uh-oh. Really well placed and timed rocket run by Piluco. Awesome stuff. And that was really, really bad for Gatts. 313 to 194 on the VPs. West side still red. Blue team looking for a way through. Gatts now trying to recover with some commandos. I mean, it's a good... Ork tier 3 is good for recovery, I feel like. Because you can get commandos and flash kits up for not a huge amount of power cost. Overtly's got his Terminators up. All is right with the world. And they are melee fighting a Great Unclean One. They also have the, if I can select the fellas, Cyclone Missile Launcher, which was nerfed in this update. Now got a 60-second cooldown. It was 40 seconds, so that's a 50% increase. And they did drop a model there. There's the barrage. Completely missed everything. I'll hit some CSM back there. We do have Blastmaster Noise Marines on the field. 275 to 194 on the VPs. Can they get through the big super heavy vehicles though? Great Unclean One taking a bunch of damage as he comes in. Has to back away again. Last Master got a decent hit. Meanwhile, through the mid, what's going on? We have a Commando Nob with a rocket launcher. That's going to help against those big old vehicles. And some Assault Terminators now for nucka4ya. These guys unique to the Force Commander with heavy melee Thunderhammers and some Storm Shields. There's Drain Life again. But then he gets some Thunderhammers to the face and may go down. Does go down. Chaos Lord falls. Sacred Standard needs to move up a bit to buff those Terminators. Looks like 40 Emperors on them actually as well. Giving them a 25% damage buff from the global bar. 244 to 194. Kicking off on the western side. Looks like Gatts and nucka4ya are kind of staying mid. Here's the Commando Nob himself trying to revive the Plague Champion. Gets it. Does he have Plague Fist? Yeah, Plague Fist is up. Commando goes down though. Little flank there on the Terminators by Piluco, rotating to the mid, getting some good plasma gun action going. We have some Kashyyykin? No Kashyyykin yet. More commandos for Gatts. Maybe some flash kits too, eh? Oh, the Force Commander fell. The Sacred Standard buff going over there. Gonna want that guy back. Kommando is also down, of course, on the VP as we saw. And so is the Apothecary. 213 to 194 on the VPs. Overtly seems to be itching to get onto this VP here. Pushing with a Phobos is Eftard. Got Las Cannons on the side sponsons. Kicking off on the west side, is it? Nope, not yet. Land Raider has taken a bunch of damage. Apothecary is going to get a revive. Cyclone Missile Launcher there used to disrupt the Blast Master fellas. Red team are pushing, and they are... There it is. There's the VP lead for the red team. Can they hold on to it? I mean, they've certainly got the hardware. 2 Land Raiders and a Baneblade are up. Imperial Abyss from Venniie. Doesn't seem to do a whole lot. That's a wasted nuke, you got to say. Where's the Great and Clean one? Is he back healing up? Yeah, he's healing up at base. Very aggressive usage of the Phobos so far by Ftard. I mean, it hasn't taken much damage. Doing well. This is nucka4ya's attempt to counter it with some las cannon action. Level 3 Pred 2. Gonna be packing a punch. This Chaos Pred is still around, but needs repairs really badly. The Plague Champion can repair, but he's probably going to be eager to get back to the VP with his fist and do some capping. And here comes the Icon of Nurgle. Does not go for the heal then. The Breath of Nurgle. Usually that's what you want when you're trying to cap stuff. The old Nucleus Discharge. 156 to 194. A 1-to-1 cap now. As they did get a very sneaky decap. Not sure who did that. These guys, I guess. Oh, the Commandos, look. What is this? Some stick bombers chasing stormtroopers into base. Big running battle in the mid. The blue team are pushing. They're pushing the red team back. Trying to drag one of these away from the west side, I think, but they're not budging at the moment. Assault Terminator's going in with Librarian support. He's got his Force Staff too. Now, usage of this guy's going to be vital. You see there, nucka4ya quickly retreats him. That's because he wants to use Gate of Infinity to help these fellas out. Or at least be ready to use it if needed. They are able to teleport away though. Taking some Marco Zinch shots from level 4 Chaos Space Marines there. They'll also be wary of the Melter Guns and the Raptors. Terminator's getting very low for Overtly. And the Apothecary goes down. 130 to 194 on the VP. He's not sure what the Great and Clean one was up to, but now he's leaving, having taken a bunch of damage. Pestilent Strike getting the cap. Rocks dropped in. That's a good one. Some decent hits there, I think, on the Land Raider. Looks like the Baneblade largely dodged damage there. Heavy turret dropped in by Piluco. Really powerful anti-vehicle turret with vehicle armor. So it's not always easy to take those things down quickly. Need some anti-vehicle weapons. 124 to 194. 1-to-1 cap still in play. And this Phobos still pressuring. Assault Terminator is going for the Chaos Terminators. Buffed by Defend and buffed by the Sacred Standard. Full support. Force Commander making big differences in these fights. Level 6 as well. So it's nice and tough. Oh, they're going to get the Baneblade. Baneblade down. Oh, there's a las cannon turret, look. Las cannon turret and a Chaos Pred and the Blastmaster and the Great and Clean one able to get the Baneblade down. 123 to 194. Red team getting through onto the VP though. Thanks to the immense pressure through the mid from Ftard. Where is the rest of Piluco's stuff? Where are his infantry? Oh, they're the ones capping. Las cannon turret goes down after doing some good work. I think he'll be happy with that. Assault Terminators have been immense, but they need some healing. A shrine back here from Venniie would be a big help. I mean, nucka4ya's own Land Raider would be a big help. That's what he's saving up for here. Cyclone goes in again. Dodged by the tank. Level 3 Chaos Pred needs some repairs though, eh? Blue team getting their VP back. All the guardsmen backing off. Still haven't noticed the Vox operator drop. I'm sure it's been on the screen and I've just missed it. Double cap for the red team though. Phobos backing off. Really good usage of the Land Raider Phobos by Ftard here. Been kind of swaying forward and back through the mid. Knows when to push, knows when to back off, and there's the Rocks. Can he take down the Lord General? He threw his shield up. I think he's alright. His retinue retreating before he does over there. 42 to 194. Can the red team hold on? I mean, blue team have strong armies. Gatts now has flash gits. These guys now have the longer range by default. They don't need to get the git finders anymore, I believe. And they changed the way that the blasters knock themselves down. But we don't see them yet. They're still using their snaz guns. Commandos get their knob leader in. Phobos backing off a bit. Some long-range stormtrooper action. I'll get those guys to retreat. That's a big deal. When you're down to 42 VPs. There's a 2-1 for blue, though. They have the Western VP, but for how long? More Terminators coming in, I think. Yep, from Overtly. And still has huge amounts of resources, too. Another heavy bolter turret that could turn into a las cannon turret, and there is a rocket run. And an orbital. No, it's a creeping barrage. Orbital from nucka4ya. Good hits on the Terminators there. Almost took out the friendly Plague Champion, and he did go down, actually. Level 5, that fella. 42 to 172. Terminator took a big chunk, but they are still going. Overtly could get some more stuff up. Does have the population for it. Again, some plasma devs or something over here would be good. Piluco with another Baneblade on the way. Single cap for blue. Because of this. Drop some Manticore Strike on his brain. I mean, that'll do it. That'll stop the cap. Phobos in a bit of bother. Taking some rocket shots. Red team have the western side back. And they also getting their natural back. So this could be it. Unless the blue team can pull something out here. Oh, they straight back onto the VP. That's what they're doing. Rocket Run says no. Force Commander is down there, which is buffing all this stuff. But they got hit quite hard by that Rocket Run. That was a good one. Another good one for Piluco. Piluco's down to 3 units, so is Eftard. Gatts responds with more flash hits. Doesn't have the blasters yet, though. Surely want the blasters up against these Terminators and stuff. Level 4 Guardsmen. Trading really well against those Commandos and stuff there. Phobos stood around as well. Blue team just mobbing the VP, trying to grab it. I thought it was over when the red team grabbed it there. I thought they'd be able to keep up the pressure on this side. Manticore chucked in. Terminators tough it out and get the cap. These guys with lightning claws up for Venniie. Took a bunch of damage there. But they can really threaten these loyalist Terminators, although they may need some healing. But they got some Noble worship. Great and clean one, the Vomit. Gets them off the cap. Takes a bunch of damage doing it though. Venniie needs some support here. Because there's 3v1 against him basically. Blast Master doing some good work. Chaos Terminator's getting wrecked. Yeah, needed to send those guys back to heal, I think. I mean, you can see why it wasn't done. Worried about these 42 VPs. Kommando Knob goes for the decap. Baneblade. Demolisher Cannon says no. Although, look, it knocks you straight up, so I think he could have kept capping there. If you're still in range of the VP, we'll still capping it, even if you're fallen over. Okay, little push from Gatts here. What can he do? He get Manticored is what. Big hits. Needed to be mobile after that Manticore. And an Imperial Abyss dropped on him too. Blue team though, on the VP again with a level 7 defending force commander. He's not going to last long. Down he goes, giving the larger Sacred Standard buff. Double tax are on it. Assault Terminator's having to back off. 42 to 130. Look at the state of the terrain over here. Oh no, the double tax wiped. Double tax wiped. Big blow for the blue team. That was a lot of capping power there. Here's the Plague Champion, level 5. Level 6 even. Can he get a cap with his fist? Oh, he threw Pestilent Strike back here to protect those guys. That's a lot of stuff. What is this? Oh, Sneaky Kommando gets the kill on the Manticore. And then maybe runs. Yeah, then runs. Scouts there wiped. red team mobbing the western VP to try and grab it. The Kommando goes down, and there's the concede from the blue team. They just lost too much. 2 heroes down as well. Level 6 Plague Champion tried to repair stuff. Level 7 Force Commander down there, heroic on the VP. Gatts being sneaky goes down, level 5. Level 10 Lord General. Level 6 Chaos Lord, and the Apothecary, level 7. Let's get away from that sound, shall we? Well, there you have it, guys. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed this one, and I'll see ya next time.